Yo, it's Midas again. I want to talk to you guys about why this AI age will make millionaires. This is my reasoning as to why AI is the next golden age, very similar to the dot-com bubble, and how to position yourselves to become rich. So disclaimer, everything said in this video is only for educational purposes. Make sure to always do your own research. So this golden age for AI is coming. AI, like I mentioned, is basically this dot-com bubble. There's lots of innovation, but you just need to filter them. You could have bought in Google, Amazon, or Walmart at a very cheap price at IPO because many people were trying to get into the dot com or the web 2 hype. A lot of companies did fail, but a lot of companies will survive and will thrive into the next few years. So this will set you up for the golden age. Companies are investing billions into AI. AI is frankly not going anywhere, despite what you believe, whether it's many companies are just crap and just using AI as a buzzword. There are companies that have optimized AI for their processes and are now changing the world, exactly like Palantir. So finding the right companies can make you millions. Just imagine you bought Nvidia early on or figured out GPUs were needed to power AI. I'm giving you guys the blueprint as to why AI is such a big thing. And as someone who is a software developer, I've used AI tools for a lot of my work. And I believe that one day AI will completely replace a lot of jobs out there. And many jobs will need to be optimized in order to not be replaced by AI. So AI is not a bubble. People are comparing AI to the dot-com bubble in a negative connotation. I agree. Many companies out there are overvalued and will be garbage in the future. However, like I mentioned, the companies that have those real world use cases will become the next Mag 7 level stocks. AI is changing the world. AI will eventually take over jobs. The technology gap will continue increasing as it has been exponentially increasing in a linear level. How we went from uh, really heavy computers into smartphones, into iPads, into even lighter laptops, into flat screen TVs in no particular order, but how the technology gap has been slowly decreasing. I feel like eventually we're going to hit that curve where after AI, it's going to be quantum computing and biotech, but we might even plateau because AI is that factor that's going to elevate a lot of our technology at a very quick rate. We innovate forwards, not backwards in this world. With Stargate, that 500 billion investment in AI in the United States, as well as recently Saudi Arabia has invested 600 billion into the US technology and AI market. We're going to see an arms race for who can create the best AI, as well as leverage AI the best. Now that China's also investing 8.2 billion USD in AI to undermine US chip giants, as well as a fiasco with DeepSeek comparable to OpenAI. So these are the AI categories that I foresee that are pretty bullish, that will be pretty bullish in the future. Companies involved with Stargate, autonomous driving, data centers slash energy to power AI, robotics, data for AI training, designing GPU and semiconductors for AI, the companies creating those semiconductors, the companies providing infrastructure for AI, and finally utilizing AI to disrupt industry. So utilizing AI to disrupt an industry, so leveraging AI to transform traditional industries. This could be like automating decision making, enhanced data analysis, unlocking new efficiencies at scale. The companies involved are Palantir, Big Bear AI, Recursion Pharmaceuticals, and SoundHound. For the companies involved with Stargate, like I mentioned, Stargate is that proposed 500 billion investment in AI infrastructure projects in the United States. The companies involved are OpenAI, which can be which you can gain exposure to OpenAI by investing in Microsoft. So Microsoft owns a large stake of OpenAI, SoftBank, Oracle, and MGX. With autonomous driving, I want you guys to imagine a world where cars are no longer needed or human drivers are no longer needed. Think robo-taxis or a Tesla that can autonomously operate as a taxi while you sleep. I think not just for the taxi market, like how it's very similar to Waymo's in San Francisco, but imagine you bought a Tesla and you can use that Tesla as a passive income device by having it operate for you while you sleep to give you passive income from customers that need a ride from the club or just need a ride from place to places at night. We are very bullish for the world, or it's going to be very bullish for the world of autonomous driving, not just for stockholders, but also for common people. The companies involved are like Tesla, WeRide, Nebius Group with Avride, and ARB Robotics. Now, for the data centers slash companies that are using energy to power AI, remember data centers are required to train AI models, and the energy is a large component because in order to power those NVIDIA GPUs, you're going to need quite a lot of energy. We're talking about the shovels in a gold mine, where the gold mine is AI. The companies that are involved in this sector are Hut 8, Hive Technology, Nebius Group, CoreWeave, Applied Digital, Digital Realty Trust, and OKLO. And OKLO is the only energy stock to power AI that I found. It's using nuclear energy. Now, for robotics, also a very interesting sector with humanoid robots for different industries like healthcare, supply chain, household technology, military, etc. The companies involved are with Tesla, who are creating Optimus robots that are not just for household, just for like a maid or something, but can also be weaponized for the military, as well as handle day-to-day operations in warehouses. With Robotics Corp, they are the company that are creating sex robots. I made many videos onto this company and why I'm bullish on it, not just for the aspects of the entertainment industry, but also how it can be optimized into theme parks as well as any services like mental health that could be dealt with a human with a robot instead of a human. Moving on to the next topic or the next sector, which is data for AI training, utilizing human data in order to train more human-like AI models. Data is very important in our day-to-day, and not just for AI optimization, but just for companies to understand what they're doing wrong, what their processes, or how they can, you know, better promote efficiency with their employees. So if AI is able to train this data, they would become more human-like and therefore more productive. The companies involved are like Reddit. It's probably the most human-like that is not bots in all of the social media platforms. Reddit data was also used to train OpenAI's first GPT model. Meta platforms, they own Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. I'm sure you use many of the apps that Meta owns. They also own the privacy and the data. So this data could be used to train their Meta AI chatbot. With Google, they have Gemini. Google's still a very widely used search engine, so they have access to that data. And Microsoft will have exposure to OpenAI as well as their own personal AI. So they're going to need a lot of data for AI training, and therefore they have invested in a lot of AI data companies. Now, for the sector of designing GPUs and semiconductors for AI, these are the chips needed for all AI models, which are very important. The companies involved are like Nvidia, Advanced Micro Devices, and Intel. Now, for those creating the semiconductors, the companies involved are like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, as well as Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation. So I know like these stocks have been quite risky to buy because they are based in China, but I think that with China and the US sort of agreeing to a ceasefire with the tariff war, I believe that the relations will eventually be fixed and it'll be safe again to invest in those Chinese companies. Now, for providing infrastructure for AI, the full stack infrastructure for AI development, such as Nebius Group and CoreWeave, which are the two companies that are only focused on this niche. That's all I have for today. This is how the AI age will make those future millionaires. The new golden age of AI is coming. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.